What's up, guys? I'm the True Gooner here to give you some massive news. Arsenal have smashed their transfer record on Pépé. Don't know how to pronounce his first name, so I apologise for that. I did not expect this deal to happen. I'm very excited. Yes, of course, it would be. I do still want a centre half. We need to sort out the defence. Our attack now is sorted. I did not expect this to happen. I'm quite speechless. Obviously, over the last few days, it was announced by likes of David Ornstein of the BBC, Damasio, who obviously is part of Sky in Italy, very reliable source over there, and it's done. Raúl has done an absolute masterstroke here. I do feel sorry for Wilfried Zaha because obviously his agent came out and said that he wants to leave Palace and his dream is to play for Arsenal. He was obviously sold that by Raúl, but business is business. Whether we've used Zaha to get this done, sneak through the back door, who knows? But all I know is it's just fantastic business from Arsenal. I'm very excited. Yes, Pépé scored 22 goals and had 11 assists last season for Lille. Actually secured them Champions League football, and they finished second. Obviously, only finished behind PSG, who obviously dominated the French league. He was actually the second in the top scorers in the French league, only behind Kylian Mbappe. So that's saying something. Hopefully, I don't think he's a one-season wonder. From what I've seen of him, which isn't a lot, I have to say, it is not a lot. But what I have seen of him, he looks like a player who can really give us what we were missing last season, which is a wide player who can do the killer passes or have the killer finishes. Iwobi improved so much last season, but the one thing he still was lacking was the end product. This guy has end product, and I'm very excited. The likes of Liverpool were looking to be interested in him. Manchester United were interested in him. Bayern Munich have been interested in him. It was actually Napoli who had an agreement with him. However, they couldn't get an agreement in place with the agent fees. Therefore, that Napoli couldn't do it, and Arsenal came in with trebled their offer on the agent fees, and it's gone through. We've actually got the business done, came in without anyone else trying to hijack the deal, and we've got it done. I honestly cannot believe it. I feel like, from what I've seen of him, just very little, mainly YouTube compilations, I'm not going to lie, but I do know that he did have a fantastic season for Lille. The season just gone. It was his main breakout season as well. He's only 24. He's 3 years younger than Zaha, so he's got that going for him. £72 million, a lot of money. However, I'm being told that it's being paid over 5 seasons, so I think it's about 13 or 14 million pounds only been paid this season, which is how we've managed to secure that. I don't know. I think that's why we've gone for this deal instead of the Zaha deal, because I think Palace would have probably wanted more money up front. Obviously, we only offered £40 million. Again, another masterstroke by Raúl and the club, really, leaking that we only had £45 million to spend this summer, where clearly we haven't, but we've just been trying to penny pinch just so clubs, they know, they haven't got that money, but, they clearly want the buy and we want the sale to go through, so we'll let it happen. Hence why what happened with the Saliba deal, who, the closest thing to prime Alexis Sanchez that we had. A lot of people forget the traits Alexis had for us in his prime. He was a world beater. He was brilliant for us for those 2 years, for those 2 to 3 years that he was class for us. He really was. Okay, the last 6 months wasn't great, and obviously then he went to United and he hasn't really recovered since. But we've missed the wide player who can take on a man and just, get through it all on his own. We don't need a player who can do it all on his own anymore, because we've got Lacazette and we've got Aubameyang, and it's also been come out and said that we don't need to sell these two, which is amazing. So we could potentially be looking at front three of Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pépé, which is brilliant, with Ozil behind. Obviously, guys know my thoughts on Ozil. If he can't flourish with that front three in front of him, I don't think he can ever flourish again. Again, the main issues, of course, is the defence. It needs sorting out this summer, I feel. Obviously, William Saliba, great signing for the future. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that through this season. I think there was just complications in that, and there was nothing we can really do. The guy is only 18 years of age, so obviously he wanted that extra experience in France before he was ready for us. There's been talk of maybe a loan deal. I'm hearing the likes of Rugani of Juventus. I haven't heard any others, I'm not going to lie. I do think, obviously, if we secure Turney and we get a centre half, even if it's on loan, I'd be more than happy with, it'd be a fantastic window. So far, if you're counting Martinelli, Saliba, obviously he's gone back on loan. He's gone back on loan. The Celebos deal, the loan deal from Real Madrid, and of course Pépé, which honestly I still can't believe it's happened. One of the most sought after wingers, in world football at the minute. He had a fantastic season, like I mentioned, in France. One of his best traits is that he, knows how to take on players. He's a left-footed right winger, so he cuts onto his left foot and he just goes for it, which is brilliant to hear. Hopefully, the only downfall I think about him is obviously not his Premier League experience. We're offering him a 5-year deal. We've got him on a 5-year deal, which means we're putting a lot of pressure on this guy. He'd be our club record deal. This is a big deal. This guy has gone from Champions League football with Lille after earning it with them to Europa League football with us. Raúl did come out and say in that interview with Vinay before the transfer window, before the season even finished, before the Europa League final, and said when Arsenal come knocking, it's a different type of knock. That quote kind of summarises this deal, along with interesting quote from Josh Kroenke after the "We Care, Do You" statement came out from the various people, the supporters of the club who backed that, and I backed that as well. It looks like it does look like, based on the business that's being done, that they obviously do care and they are putting money into the club. Now, again, this money was probably already there because it has been a ploy by the club to put out there to the media that we only had £45 million spent, and I think it's a masterstroke. I think it's genius. Or, in the US, did they ask Kroenke to invest? And he did. I don't think we'll ever know, mainly because, from what I've read, obviously Kroenke has only been this is the first summer that Kroenke has actually been the full owner of the club. Therefore, the sales of the club and all the main profits and loss of the club aren't actually public anymore. They'll now be private because everything's now owned by Kroenke. So we'll never know. And to be honest, maybe that's a good thing. I'm not too sure, but I'm very excited with this signing. However, I cannot stress this enough, Arsenal, please. I'm not being greedy here, but can we please sign a centre half? With our attack now, it's sorted. If we keep the front three, that's great. I still think, obviously, we need to sell some Deadwood. I think, honestly, when I found out this news, it just came out of nowhere a couple of days ago, I was speechless, and I still am. I still cannot believe it's happened, and I didn't want to believe it until he was holding up the shirt, and he's holding up that shirt today, and I am so happy and excited. Once we get this Turney deal over the line, hopefully we can push for a centre-half in the last week of the window. If not, then we're just going to have to wait for Saliba next season. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Personally, I think, and maybe this is me jumping the gun here, but I do think that this deal, along with Kieran Turney, could secure us top 4 next season. We were so close last season. Obviously, we had that run in the last 6 games where we should have really got the job done based on the fixtures we had left. We were only one point off in the end. So I do think with the signings that we've made in this window, we have enough to at least get top 4. I'm not going to say challenge for the league because, that's jumping the gun. Man City and Liverpool, I still believe, are miles ahead. And yes, I know we've got youth coming through, very exciting youth products who could obviously come off the bench this season. Very exciting. But I don't think it's enough to push for that yet. Maybe in a few years, if we're still developing and progressing, I do think Emery would be under a hell of a lot of pressure based on what we've done in this summer. They've clearly proved that they've backed Unai, which is what we all wanted. He now needs to go out and prove that he can do it. He can get top four, and he can get this club back to where it belongs in playing Champions League football. Let me know what you guys think of this amazing deal in the comments down below. Where do you think can Arsenal finish top four this season? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, I've been the True Gunner. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And peace.